Let's start with something surprising. Saladin's personal physician was Moses Maimonides, a Jewish scholar whose influence extended far beyond medicine. Maimonides was not only a doctor but also a philosopher and theologian, respected by Jews, Christians, and Muslims alike. In an era marked by religious conflict and suspicion, Saladin, a devout Muslim leader, chose a Jewish doctor for his extraordinary skill and wisdom, not his faith. This decision was radical for its time and speaks volumes about Saladin's priorities. This challenges the simplistic narrative of a holy war fought only by intolerant fanatics. The reality was far more nuanced, with moments of cooperation and respect even amid violence. Saladin's court was a vibrant hub of learning and culture, where talent and intellect were valued over religious creed. Scholars from many backgrounds gathered to share knowledge. His administration included Christians and Jews, a stark contrast to the often harsh and exclusionary policies of the Crusader territories, where religious minorities faced persecution. Saladin's inclusivity was key to his success, helping him build a strong, stable foundation for his empire and win the loyalty of many different peoples. The image of a Jewish doctor and a Muslim sultan, sometimes even working alongside Christian allies or rivals, highlights just how complex and interconnected history truly is. Saladin was not just a warrior, he was a sophisticated ruler, a patron of the arts and sciences, and a man ahead of his time in many ways. This complexity is what makes him such a fascinating historical figure, admired even by his enemies for his chivalry and wisdom. He wasn't just a symbol of resistance against the Crusaders, but a leader of a cosmopolitan empire that thrived on diversity and exchange. As we explore Saladin's story, remember the remarkable partnership between the Sultan and his Jewish doctor. A relationship built on mutual respect and shared pursuit of knowledge. It's a small detail, but it reveals the character of a man who is both a fierce warrior and a surprisingly sophisticated, open-minded ruler. Saladin's story is a powerful reminder that history is never just black and white. It's full of unexpected connections and deeper truths waiting to be discovered. Who was Saladin? What made him such a significant figure in history? Born al-Nasir Salah al-Din Yusuf ibn Ayyub, he was a Kurd from Tikrit, not royalty. His origins were humble, yet his destiny was grand. Raised in a military family, he was educated in theology, strategy, and statecraft. This diverse education prepared him for the complex world he would navigate. His uncle Shirkuh, a brilliant general, mentored him in Egypt's turbulent politics. Under Shirkuh's guidance, Saladin learned the art of war and governance. Egypt, under the weak Fatimid Caliphate, was a prize for Crusaders and Zengids. The region was a battleground for power and influence. Saladin's character set him apart, generous, pious, yet just and chivalrous. His virtues earned him respect and admiration. His integrity earned loyalty in a fractured Muslim world. People saw in him a leader they could trust and follow. Saladin wasn't just after land, he had a vision to unite Muslim lands and reclaim Jerusalem. This vision was his driving force. This vision, combined with charisma and determination, propelled him from obscurity to power. His rise was nothing short of remarkable. He became the Middle East's most powerful man and the nemesis of the Third Crusade. His name struck fear and respect in equal measure. Saladin's rise was marked by his unique blend of military skill and personal integrity. He was a leader like no other. His dream of uniting the Muslim world and reclaiming Jerusalem drove his actions. This dream was his guiding star. Saladin's story is one of vision, charisma, and unwavering determination. His legacy continues to inspire to this day. To understand Saladin's rise, we must grasp the world he entered. The Holy Land was a battleground for nearly a century before his time. The First Crusade, launched in 1095, saw Crusaders capture Jerusalem in 1099, establishing 4 Crusader states. These states were Christian outposts in a divided Muslim world. The Sunni Abbasid and Shia Fatimid caliphates were rivals, and local emirs fought each other. This disunity was the Crusaders' advantage, allowing them to secure their position. Imad al-Din Zengi, Saladin's family's leader, began uniting Muslims against the Crusaders. In 1144, Zengi captured Edessa, prompting the failed Second Crusade. Under Nur al-Din, Zengi's son, Saladin took his first steps in Egypt, laying his empire's foundations. The Muslim world was deeply divided, allowing Crusaders to thrive. Zengi's efforts to unite Muslims marked a turning point. Saladin's rise began under Nur al-Din's leadership in Egypt. The stage was set for Saladin's emergence as a unifier. Saladin's rise was a masterclass in patience, vision, and strategy, unfolding against a backdrop of political chaos and shifting alliances. Arriving in Egypt with his uncle Shirkuh, Saladin began as a subordinate commander, quietly observing the intrigues and dangers of the Fatimid court. Their mission was clear: support the failing Fatimid regime and drive out Crusader influence, a task fraught with peril and uncertainty. After Shirkuh's sudden death, Saladin was unexpectedly appointed vizier, a decision that shocked the court and many of his contemporaries. He moved swiftly to consolidate power, placing loyalists in key positions, reforming Egypt's economy, and strengthening its military foundations. In 1171, Saladin abolished the Fatimid Caliphate, uniting Egypt under the Sunni Abbasid authority and ending centuries of Shia rule. Saladin now controlled a wealthy and strategically vital territory, but he remained, at least in name, a vassal to the powerful Nur al-Din. Nur al-Din's death in 1174 created a sudden power vacuum across the region, and Saladin seized the opportunity to expand his influence. He presented himself as Nur al-Din's rightful successor and protector of his young heir, gaining the loyalty of many Syrian nobles. Over the next decade, Saladin united Syria, Mesopotamia, and Palestine through a blend of warfare, diplomacy, and careful negotiation. By 1186, he had forged a vast empire that encircled the Crusader states, changing the balance of power in the region. Saladin's rise was marked by strategic brilliance, political acumen, and a powerful vision of unity for the Muslim world. He transformed from a cautious subordinate into a powerful unifier, respected by allies and feared by his enemies. The stage was now set for the ultimate confrontation with the Crusaders, a clash that would shape the fate of the Holy Land. With the Muslim world united, Saladin focused on liberating Jerusalem. He declared a jihad, rallying troops with faith-driven fervor. The Crusader kingdom of Jerusalem was internally divided, weakened by leadership struggles. Reynold of Chatillon's provocations, including attacking a caravan, gave Saladin a casus belli. Saladin swore to kill Reynold, gathering a massive army from Egypt, Syria, and Mesopotamia. In 1187, his forces crossed into the Kingdom of Jerusalem, marking the Holy War's start. Saladin's declaration of jihad was both a political and sacred move. The Crusader kingdom's internal decay made it vulnerable. Reynold's actions provided the perfect justification for war. Saladin's massive army marked the beginning of the Holy War. The stage was set for a decisive confrontation. The decisive clash came in the summer of 1187. King Guy of Lusignan, urged by Reynold, gambled by confronting Saladin's army. The Crusader army was powerful but was the kingdom's only defense. Saladin lured them to the Horns of Hattin, a dry, waterless plain. The battle took place in July's blistering heat. Saladin's forces harassed the Crusaders, choking them with smoke. By July 4th, the Crusaders were exhausted and surrounded. The Battle of Hattin was a slaughter. The Crusader army was annihilated. King Guy and Reynold were captured, and the True Cross fell into Saladin's hands. Saladin executed Reynold, fulfilling his vow. With the Crusader army gone, the path to Jerusalem was open. City after city surrendered to Saladin. In October 1187, Jerusalem surrendered to the Sultan. The Battle of Hattin was a turning point, leading to Jerusalem's fall. Saladin's strategic brilliance and determination secured a decisive victory. Jerusalem's fall shocked Christian Europe, prompting the Third Crusade. Led by Richard the Lionheart, it pitted him against Saladin. Richard revitalized the Crusader effort, capturing Acre and winning battles. The war was a grueling struggle, with Richard winning tactical victories. Saladin, a master of attrition, wore down the Crusader army. Despite being enemies, Richard and Saladin developed mutual respect. Legends of chivalrous exchanges highlight their knightly virtues. Saladin sent Richard fruit and snow when he was ill. Richard's horse was replaced by Saladin after a battle. These stories, true or not, reflect a code of honor amid war. Richard and Saladin were worthy opponents, embodying knightly virtues. Their rivalry became legendary, captivating imaginations for centuries. The clash of titans was marked by respect and shared humanity. Saladin's legacy is marked by mercy and justice. Unlike the First Crusades' brutality, he offered terms to Jerusalem's inhabitants. He allowed ransoms for those who could pay and freed many who couldn't. His clemency was consistent, treating captured leaders with respect. Christian chroniclers marveled at his generosity and adherence to his word. Saladin became the chivalrous Saracen knight in European literature. His reputation made him a more effective ruler and opponent. Cities surrendered, knowing they would be treated fairly. His justice was legendary, personally hearing complaints from his subjects. Saladin's combination of military prowess and humanity cemented his legacy. He is remembered as a great conqueror and a great man. The Third Crusade ended with the Treaty of Jaffa in 1192. Richard and Saladin, exhausted, agreed to a truce. The Crusaders kept a coastal strip, while Jerusalem remained under Saladin. Christian pilgrims were granted safe access to holy sites. Saladin had won, reclaiming Jerusalem and defending it against the largest Christian army. He achieved his life's ambition, but at a great cost. Saladin died in 1193, leaving a legacy of unity and resistance. He changed the Middle East's political map, creating a powerful Ayyubid empire. For Muslims, he became an icon of resistance and piety. For the West, he was a respected and admired enemy. His conflict with Richard became a legendary rivalry. Saladin's story is a lesson in leadership, character, and humanity. It reminds us of shared humanity and mutual respect in conflict. Subscribe to our channel for more stories like this.